I'm Robert.
I'm Vanessa.
I'm Travis.
And we are late to the party, and it's a special Thanksgiving episode of
Better late than never.
Better Late Than Never Turkey Day Edition.
Turkey Day Edition.
Or any other supplement that is not turkey if you don't eat turkey.
It's Thanksgiving.
It's the
So
time
we're
to
going to
give
look
thanks.
at a Thanksgiving movie?
Sort of. There aren't
it's
many
not.
of them.
But it's not a Thanksgiving movie. It's a movie that I associate with Thanksgiving.
Definitely.
Because
it
it has
a Thanksgiving
things about
scene.
Thanksgiving in it.
This movie is, of course, Addams Family Values.
Addams, in case you couldn't tell by the title of the video you clicked on.
Clearly. This movie was released November 19th of 1983.
So it actually came out during
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
So even this movie took $47 million to make, but only made $48.9 million at the box office.
What? Wait. what?
But it is not financially successful. Most people consider it better than the original movie.
I agree. I would have to say that this definitely is my
It stepped up
favorite of
its
the
game.
two.
Yeah.
But that's because we don't get Fester in his full form as Fester as much in the first movie as we do in this one. When he
Exactly.
really gets
That's
to be
true.
Fester
Yeah.
versus a guy just trying to play Fester in the first movie.
Yeah.
But we do end up getting an amazing adventure that is very similar to what I equate to Nightmare Before Christmas, where it's that transitional period between Halloween and Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
This one feels like the
Oh,
transition of Halloween into Thanksgiving, and that's why it fits so well in that time frame.
So, of course, this movie is directed by Barry Sonnenfeld.
Sonnenfeld of Men in
Stars
Black.
Angelica Houston,
Angelica.
and
Raul Julia.
Raw Julia, Angelica Houston, Christopher Lloyd, Christina Ricci.
Joan Cusack,
They
Joan.
switch out Carol Kane as Grandma.
Carol Kane.
She's amazing though.
Oh, that's true.
Let's watch this trailer.
Let's watch the original trailer for Addams Family Values.
Here's how close to the contractions.
Every 15 seconds, Doctor.
Are you in unbearable pain? My darling, is it torture?
We.
Forceps! Forceps! Go ahead!
What news? Father, what is it?
It's an
It's an
Addams.
He has my father's eyes.
Gomez,
Get those out of his mouth.
He's an adorable little baby.
Fine. Rub it in.
Children, why do you hate the baby?
We don't hate him. We just want to play with him. Especially his head.
You'll meet someone very special. Someone who won't press charges.
Isn't he a lady killer?
I quit.
I must follow you everywhere.
Store detectives.
And the stork flew down from heaven and turned into a baby. Our parents had sex.
Oh, and it is funny because they give you nothing of the subplot that
Yes.
takes place at the summer camp.
Nothing at all.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. So that's very interesting that they don't do that in this. But that the whole subplot of the summer camp is why I love this movie so much, though, too.
Yeah. Well, I think they're just trying to reacquaint you with the family that you saw in the first film, without giving you the camp, without giving you that subplot, without giving you the conflict. More than likely, this was the first trailer. But when it comes to the conflict that is with Debbie, that is a huge conflict. It's a huge part of the story. You have Fester being pulled away from the family at the same time. Debbie's just going to kill him and take all his money. And Debbie is the reason why the kids end up at the camp in the first place. So I feel like this is a way to just get you reacquainted to the family, what you loved about the first Addams Family. Maybe it's dropping the ball on their part and why they didn't get that kind of return on their investment.
You know why? Following weekend, you know what movie came out?
What?
Mrs. Doubtfire.
I was there too. I was there. I remember watching this one, and then I watched Mrs. Doubtfire opening weekend. It was the same weekend that Nightmare Before Christmas came out, and it was sold out show for Nightmare Before Christmas. Saw Mrs. Doubtfire instead. But the week before, I was in theaters because I don't know what it was. I had this fascination when it came to the Addams Family.
To go back and relive and watch these movies like you haven't
Right.
seen them before,
Yeah,
going to the
yeah.
theater. Like you just saying, like a sold out show for Nightmare Before
Right.
Christmas. Then you got Miss Doubtfire. Then you got Addams Family Values.
Yeah.
And that was a good November.
Yeah.
Same weekend, I remember it was Hook and Encino Man. We chose Hook. I saw Encino Man later, but when it comes down to this experience of watching these films, I did get that with Addams Family. I remember watching the first Addams Family. It was the music, getting a little bit of MC Hammer in there, and then adding all these characters. I really like Dan Hedaya before he became Cher's dad in Clueless, but he's, what is it, Morty, I think it is? He's trying to help steal the money from Fester in the first movie. But in this one, you end up getting this clean slate of these characters being able to perform without this inner conflict within the family, other than the fact that one of them is being pulled away by somebody that's like them, that they admire.
And I think that what it works so well about this movie is that you add a different array of characters as
Sure.
well. Like, you know, you got Joan Cusack coming in and
Huge.
wrecking havoc here. And then when you go to the summer camp, then you have Christine Baranski.
And Peter McNichol.
And we're all here to learn, to grow, and to just plain have fun.
Don't you want to just die? Yeah, no, we don't. But yeah, you get what was it? David Krumholtz as the kid that's with Wednesday. That's like the one that's afraid of everything.
And then, of course, you get the
Yeah.
girl at the summer camp that was in the first one that was selling the
Girl Scout cookies,
Girl
yeah.
Scout cookies.
I know.
So it brings it together, too.
And adds an extra layer of character, an extra layer of just those moments too.
I think it's because the first movie was being based upon the sitcom, so
Right.
they had a kind of more structure for that. Well, the second one, they had, like you said, the characters are opened up. They were able to explore a new world that these characters are in, and they're not necessarily living in the past anymore.
And you do add that dark element, like Dorina from Collider Live. Like, she embodies. We have friends that embody that mood that is Wednesday Addams, Lydia Dietz. Sorry.
Bougie.
When it comes to that dark, brooding character, Lydia Dietz. When it comes to embodying that feeling, that darkness, that morbid side, but at the same time realistic side of different situations.
Can I say that back in when I think I was like 6 or 7, we had a Halloween costume contest at school, and I went as Wednesday Addams, and I like full on went with it. Like, I was just like not smiling. I was like stone faced all the time, and I was talking to people, and I actually won Best Original Costume because I don't know why they get original, sure, but I won, so.
No, you can't say that.
And there's for this film, I just feel like a really great satisfaction when it comes to the resolution of the conflict. Like, where we are at the very end of the movie feels so satisfying once you get through the movie itself.
Yes.
Like, how to take down Debbie, how to get over the whole thing that goes on at the camp, especially at the camp when it comes to that
talk
pilgrim
about
adventure.
that camp? The reason why we are here on Thanksgiving
I was trying to.
is because of this camp. They put on a Thanksgiving Day play
Eat us. Hey, it's Thanksgiving Day.
to represent the bonding of Native Americans and the Pilgrims.
And it did not go the way that they were hoping for. It ended up going the way it should have gone, which is the uprising of the Native Americans
And of
led
course
by
we
Wednesday
have
Addams.
the classic
Pocahontas.
turkey song that they sing.
Eat me.
Eat me.
Eat me.
It's a good scene. You know you enjoy it, and you think when you watch it, you think of Thanksgiving, of course. And I think of this movie when I think of Thanksgiving.
And this
Among Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, of course.
And this movie also is one of the films that, it does kind of transcend pop culture, because they'll always keep going back to the well. They'll always try and give us more. It is quite unfortunate. We don't have Raj Julia anymore. Shortly after this, it was, he passed away. But when it came to...
Well, after this, he did Street Fighter, then he unfortunately passed away.
Which is still shortly after this, he passed away. But when
Loved him in Street Fighter.
we'll do Street Fighter too. But when it comes to Raj Julia, I mean, there really wasn't anyone that could play Gomez Addams again, at least in the live action form. I know Tim Curry tried. It did not work out very well, because Tim Curry is fantastic, but you needed more time to get away from Raj Julia's character.
Right, but I will say that there is somebody that I think could pull off playing live action.
Yep. And he's already got a foot in the door.
Technically he is already playing Gomez, but I feel like he could play a really good live action version, and that's Oscar Isaac.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I could see that.
And he's already playing Gomez Addams in the CG animated film. And yes, like, because there has been enough time separated from Raw Julia's Gomez Addams, we can get into this new Addams Family live action universe if they wanted to. I say universe.
If they
I just
do
mean going back to
if
the
they do
story.
another live action version, give it a couple, because they have the animated version that's
course.
out in theaters now.
Right.
And he, like you said, he does play Gomez there. But man, I feel like he would be such a good live action version of Gomez Addams.
Just a curse. But when it comes to seeing what a lot of these actors have gone and done separately, you know, Christina Ricci has a very incredible, strong following still. People love her.
From this movie.
If they wanted to do something to bring her back and do something with the universe, Wednesday Addams, I know there was like photos of a couple Halloweens ago of her kind of dressed up as Morticia Addams, and it's like you absolutely could do something if you wanted to kind of continue it.
It'd be kind of fun to see the whole Addams family growing up. And grandparents that were
Wednesday's
dead or
taking
ghosts
over
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you can kind of bring them in, or they're not there, you don't physically see them, but their presence is around,
Right.
you know? It would be a cool way to do it. And of course, you got Christopher Lloyd doing an amazing job as Uncle Fester.
It's a bomb!
Uncle Fester is the slapsticky part of every Addams Family story, but damn it, does Christopher Lloyd do a damn good job at that character.
Really?
It's a very iconic character for him too, because when you think of Christopher Lloyd, yes, you think, you know, Doc
Doc
Brown,
Brown.
but then you also think Fester.
Yeah, Fester is absolutely one in his rogues gallery that is best characters ever played by Christopher Lloyd. And this movie, I think, is where they got the best of when it comes to all these different characters, and then throwing in those extras like Christine Baranski and Peter Binknickel. But you do end up getting a very satisfying film, which we watch every Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And I really do return to this movie with happiness. There's some movies that I'm happy about watching every year. There's some other ones where it's like, oh, I gotta do it because of this.
Yeah.
But then there's ones that I can't wait to watch it again. If it's on, I always put it on and watch Addams Family Values whenever it is on the screen. So either way, thank you guys for watching our reaction and Thanksgiving reaction to Addams Family Values. What did you guys think of it? What's your favorite one out of the two? Let us know down in the comments below. You can also like and subscribe.
And do the thing on the Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints, you know where they are. Kicking the party, feel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Get us where we need to go. We're coming up to...
We're going to go to a place far, far away.
Galaxy far, far away is coming
I
up.
don't want to say it that clear, but yes, clearly, Star Wars is coming out
And
next
far,
month.
far away didn't get them there, Travis. December is going to be all Star Wars all the time.
All Star Wars. We're going to take a look at some of the classic Star Wars films that brought
Original
us to this
trilogy only.
Original trilogy that brought us up to the
Pivotal moment of the ending of the Skywalker saga. It's going to play out on Better Late Than Never
that Skywalker
every week.
there.
Well, you know, there is a lot to be discussed when it comes to
We got
where the
lots to
Skywalker
say.
saga
So
ended
stay
up.
tuned.
But we are going to give you our thoughts and our analysis of where the Skywalker story was when it started in our, you know, lives for original trilogy only. But either way, thank you guys. We said that part already, and now it's time to say goodbye. Bye. I'm hungry. Where's the turkey?